ye kasina che Ronaldo the older the better or Saudi Arabia there na so also ordinary unu sa Saturday no Barca for struggle yes kabako he wo La Liga game a omo kwa Northern Society do ko face so one Laporta president Emma Barca o senra echi game course na Barca e be hia la kakra lack e ka ho bi ene ma additional time Barca Ronald Araujo e pin ball 2 neta 3 points no almost a team e kan ye unu say Andres Christensen former Chelsea player Obama Barca no this year yes games are Obama Barca no say onye 100% fit what the pra and airbo or discomfort e won na mu nenso nem se odo Barca na oboso okunu ho e de ma collab ni ntina bribia no through pain na o di sina kan ama Barca omo football club na aya onye 100% fit nebum ojinam si akan e de ema Barca Puyo a former captain Emma Barca or boy Emma Spain national team no the photo Emma Vinicius Junior say one of the game changers among betima maybe be a game no mu you can play some name bobo aya Vinicius one of them name on the attitude park so there obey one of the best players in the world Inter Milan defender Benjamin Pavard a pride over the weekend Kotogeno Nini Cap no the butu so no Kotogeno akwakoyi ama yenhwe mu kyerese obetune between 1 or 2 months and sana Benjamin Pavard ono enso etimi a recover and then a born on so Premier League nima Tottenham Hotspur host to Chelsea why and they didn't kunim or big game e koso Ange Postecoglou on Mauricio Pochettino face to face why na and then Odin kunim na no and a former Chelsea omo a player Joe Cole or a Chelsea legend and on said on the ninja say Mauricio Pochettino edit Azel Disasi ebo number 2 right back on or bonny profile I said central back center defense on all bar in home betting me autonomous so or you as a right back there or no Jokol on yet so much I'm enthused about in seminar coach no editor Jokol a former Chelsea winger crap no and so edit atuja let me add more china and new quarters UEFA Champions League games Man City amo manager Pep Guardiola or don't say oberesti Ellen Haaland e wo game omo any young boys but Man City you start here no name akoye party amomo e wo UEFA Champions League no na weekend going so Haaland konya no kakra City SX1 no amo be here say omo ebe rest no against young boys now subsequently games at City bebo no Haaland enso atimi aginama sia kan Marcus Rashford Emmanuel Tedomo a player na nansen comfort bonachis against City omulusu die na okọ club air party no generally because na the birthday emuntremu e by weekend way when see can because of injury na owo Fulham game Man United kwahye one na onka ho eno akire Man United fans ni bi okoma United fan TV a ba ko to say Marcus Rashford for the future Old Trafford no is in doubt not just somebody me out on the next year and a Rashford so a tweet say no could be any omunya so omutwa ntro ne future no a certain was na kan e the Man United football club Jamie Carragher Arsenal for oman hweni ya league na bed so metim agi because David Raya na other goal post e ma the Gunners no on sheda enye obi a onim go da bia ma ne bro so wetim tu Aaron Ramsey sa competition among the two na hwa na da sem kase abre Arsenal for ama league we Arsenal for be form kon ho a omadi be hu kena na nso mo nan ensi woda Luis Diaz so nim say enra nya equalizer e ma Liverpool no abram na Luton Town ball 1-1 no obi na atade so then there was a freedom for papa. Now most of the times players at page or jerseys one. Now I'm church name may be any authorizer English FA no or at the social more than my place. So with the English FA say a just course in Tinya dia or the associate bia ebema Luis Diaz so and fan home could be. I reckon high manager or some could win here our Craven Cottage. She for me kabakwa full am intimi ante nanso no any pressure e wo United so just some cost so win and sana pressure no etimi every almost Calvin Phillips Eden City when some offer bia January ombejai ama Calvin Phillips so etimi every City na anya he kona ko onlo na kosi akan e de ama club abibia no obenya more playing time they did try to elder military Real defender na we proud mo hwenim say by match there na ne hon etimi atono nanso Madrid among players contract extension you be kind Rodrigo you be kind Vinicius you be kind Camavinga Militao enya agree till 2028 or sign release clause no 1 billion euros no mo de ahyem sa player na dia obetumi say kanaba na be fa elder military kwa memre na so yenyina we sne fanko focus nsem eteltel bono yen fancy
Montana de 20 de amana ne nsem teltel bono besia na fia dan wa ba ye ba sima kakra bi the local story Saudi Abobo no e de bebrema ha ye Kessben television na mo extra time jumedie e na ye de ebrem ye basisi ane ato jumedie ne so is how we
Knodu Oshashano Oheneba bia at the top of the table for whatever reason and or that number 1 in Swatre. Now from last season ever since this season a lot has changed our your football. Now go through the things I changed bia. Obasha Samate so that number 2 but for call number 3 RTU fourth on the table. Isn't that so surprising? But this is this season's Bet5 Premier League. Oko from what there House of Folk or area Mediama or area Accra Lions. But let's talk exclusively about Maxwell Konadu and how he got to the top of the table and in the performances this season or done in Swatre and community. Now Maxwell Konadu he's grown into the game per the standards of our football. He's been part of certain technical team and LED and national teams. And of course, at some point, about a caretaker coach just say, oh no, nipa ababani nyama no ono na emprempre all share and yet any other level than the national team. Maxwell Konadu is doing some good job. Now oh share bia Oyati Ejuma Oye last season no so aba. It started right from Lagos cities last season na struggle papa. For whatever reason, like I said earlier, say financial reasons, say a sporting project and all baby na crack kakana na ohunu. Say a misunderstanding communication, whatever be the template. Now Lagos cities struggle. It took the last game of the season and Sana Obabeda middle of the table. But I feel here and Nyame nyina ekoye the Maxwell Konadu. He set up in a typical 4-3-3. He's lost one game this season. Now Osha game no lose or lose to House of Folk, and that happens to be the solitary goaler Kashala Ramos so Ashe ever since we're making a debut at the House of Folk. But the topic isn't about House of Folk, it's all about Maxwell Konadu and then in Swatre a team now this season now me can want some say not many coaches and attempted so mobile call with a very expansive formation. But Maxwell Konadu look very, very closely. Makan wants some Kobe Mensah very prominent. Karela with a back three system. Well wing backs and they're very effective on the flanks. Someone would at some point switch to a 4-3-3 from medium to House of Folk. About 3 midfielders, Ubenya and Sabotre, Futu, and of course Nete, in Fifio up top. Back four, not a year, you are being it of Vuka and a partner in Dennis Kosa at some point Vuka call your Babeshaw or call the other side of Fatago Vuka and Morodo the flanks. But Maxwell Konadu has a very, very enterprising shape here. This is the pyramid formation. Now, coach be about pyramid piano or quite aware to say or Jenny say a new so could be membre jet minyame bim. It's a 4-3-3, but it's the pyramid. Now for me it's the pyramid shape so asiani ekese basroa na eyetia ekosro means ekwakodru ba bia
the National Sports Authority womo asoye She National Sports Authority and then Professor Peter Chumesi our NSA boss ekopiemu Kumasi Babayara Sports Stadium yina for 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifier Ghana Black Stars bebo Abramene Madagascar and Nebesiano on Friday 17th of November and Okopiemo and Okoye inspection. Okoye no one regional director Mr. Emmanuel Kojo Apia, Samson Director General of Green Grass Technology, Mr. Frank Boahe, woman Okoye inspection outdoor. Nina no for World Cup qualifier game Babe Koso so say Baba on the 17th of October, I will come Babaya Sports Stadium Abram in Madagascar and Ebesia and San Ghana and Comoros and Swakobom on 21st. And I can't say no and so betimi akosutiene wo mo kwa inspection ekore sedie Kumasi Babaya Sports Stadium no esi aye said the be betimi amakwan ama Black Stars akensi a yebababo akensi da anim abra yebabo na yetima hwese yebetima qualify akwa World Cup ni binom womo etima ma agoprama no bibia etima konkan dia ma yebeko Bet Power Premier League no anyway one outstanding game akoso between Great Olympics omini nsu atraman na ebo wey eye Premier League game ananka nura yebo Premier League matches awudo ni nyina edi free ono afei na wo so akense ne ba so make say game no enso so hyehyɛ so e wa Cross Post Stadium a ye hwe nim say eye match a nsu atraman womo enso akopiem akra no ye be wo say the city ampem da kwa ladies womo so akense no ekoso hye ne so se womo so womo bɔ abra womo ne as far ladies enso na ebo womo so ebo eye CAF Women's Champions League akense a eno so ekoso no ye beto so wada stories mu yɛmfa yɛni enso enkyerɛ ɛyɛ Kumase Asante Kotoko ye Kumase Asante Kotoko match omobo Kumase Babayara Sports Stadium ticket omo printi no omo printi omo de match a omo ni Bechem United eboy no sa ticket no na omo de ebaye ni nyina ne sɛ omo so omo gituma mafo complain sɛ adenti na Bechem United ticket na omo de baye omo se match omo ne Bechem United eboy no ticket ni bi ekechiri enunti na womu gitum se wo se match a womu bo against Dreams FC no womu timbeton e wo gate enye sa ticket no ebeko waste ene nam so ema san hihye no womu timi etu hu anamon enso Kumase Babayara Sports Stadium make say Kumase Asante Kotoko mpanyifo womu ni abre a womu ye hihye de ato rules a place no ebedi so said be betima bomma place no womatimi atene fie no metima mommode mo no etimi akonkan timi kase impanyifo amda Kotoko boboko na no ensem ebetoja from Kumase Babayara Sports Stadium abra supporters of Kotoko bimudi tuja se place no mo na anajo na place na pie wo mu pie so wo mu nkoda nteme no can be na affect the performance no and I'm so my management no wo mu to na mo ekwen hihye a wo mu dire se betimi aboa amanya metima konkan enso ede amaboboku a ye fe no Kumase Asante Kotoko enko Akrasbook kaso ye obeki Akrasbook wo mu coach coach Kubman o de betuja so ni strikers but se say there o se brand friend Hamza ne modemo no peja ba pa na brante ni brante bia oda na koma so yie pa.
I changed a little bit before half because Enoch goes to the other side and then we solve the problem.
Wasi Hamza play bi oda na koma so yie papa fish break no nyama bebre beba na kwam but onu coach Koopman obey nsisi obetimi atenete na branch no amanya metima konkan edema shai butanko coach coach boboko efre no out wasi worried about Karela wo situation now pa. Sorry, Karela Boboko no wade atudwa enso so worried about team no performance. So coach Kasim Mingle says make us no coach Boboko e friend no Nations FC results in Mbaye o complaining bitterly was although the players nya chances so mo say there but officiating Premier League no enko ye kra.
It was a very competitive and we were the better side but unfortunately we've lost. I don't want to talk about officiating. You are those who cover the match. You are part of us. And your duty is to educate, entertain, and inform. So whatever happened here, exactly, you have to inform the general public. I'm not going to talk about officiating here. You have to do it. Definitely it will change. Very early, consider a penalty which was not a penalty. You can kill the spirit of the players. It will get from them. Okay, we talked to them, they fought back. But it's unfortunately the chances that came out, we couldn't take them. So that's football. We're going home to prepare for our next game. You rather play the second half more than they play. When you say the first half, they ready. When they started, they were.
Wey yen sama coach Kasim Mingle coach Nations FC one so editu dwa Fimpo man so kasa was supporters of Ayabofokwa ayo munya abotre omo bo game no na resource mba na supporters no wo musu be omo dane de no emwa awso mu guso no support team no na so gidi se place no ade ye papa weekend game a wo mo eboye.
The first 15-20 minutes
that was when we wanted to press. So we dominated, and then in one of Saturday, we made a penalty. And then football, a game of moments. Ultimate control, 90 minutes. At some point, opposition will come. So yes, they came in, and then everywhere enough. We need to manage the game. If saying to me, at least we should be able to do that. Make sure we keep in a lead. So for me, I think the boys played very well. Looking at the game, and if we say we fought from the first minute, yes, at some point for me, it look normal for me. The problem here.
The problem I want no supporters no match in Nkuya ayana womu supported team no mokasa I was some supported team no abra e kwa ho hiem and we some coach from Paul so to the Bismarck obi mensa if he's supporters no charge one so results no ekoye okopie mu e tamale was it draw and bad results so betimenya draw e tamale
against our team for me. It's not a bad result, but looking at how the game went, they saw more of the ball, but we were more dangerous. We had about 50 half chances that we could have turned into goals. That is the only problem we have. But if not that, I think my boys have fought very well. They defended very well against a good team. I think at the end, I'm only disappointed that we didn't take our chances. But a drawing away game.
Bismarck obi mensa drawing away the year we could pick 1 point to away and bad results and a winner. Baba Mumuni o complaining also mbobo bia neso goal scoring no and a problem ye pa a day amount to you.
Boys played well, but the conversion rate wasn't very good. That's how come the match was barren. Yes, I would say that fatigue could be a factor. Traveling here and there, and also our final third play is not very good. So I think that could be among the factors that is hindering. Definitely we are working around the clock. We see that the time space is not much. Playing
Money and so some of the two from Tamalan Yanko baby any ghost supporters no and in some to them some GDS say no said the Yamasi Kono and Koyan to coach Michael saying one trench and assistant coach no woman next game on Baba against the Diana Stars no or no and then for team no enco.
The match was barren.
Well, in some of I supporters to join you better try say the bedroom. No, GDS asset now there. Woman next game on ball against RTU against Adriana there. Woman GDS coach Michael saying one tranche Nafe assistant coach no and then Fatimino enco.
That's assistant coach and fan coach match no because players no ho Benaboni Ebon and yet Onukura away team no press the coaching team years of and the other stress say they are supporters in near Brina coming down. Coach one chance in Yanko Adriana match na Yakoba that you be in a kind of boy because in security yet you guarantee security. It one chance like a that's a kind you know on fine coach Adriana match.
A 2% Go Stars next game, Michael and Tranche.
On touch that start coach name fine come. The one best team no. You have 2 pen play film. Nansu person on moon to him of one of them. Why substitute 80 minutes to substitute. Ever say I want to hear. You boom since any.
Where a baby and Go Stars almost supporters in penny for the back when this answer to the 10 Yantuaso our Dreams FC coach Abdul Karim Zito. Was a commercial Santicoroko, a very young team and a one more building. The here panse players no on message some mentality. A bit my boy must have dreams. Only 2 games at Waso. It is difficult some match against Kotokono. No lose our game no account.
Lost 2 matches in a row, and you know, Emma, your attitude, because I told them it is not right. Say, we are over confederation group stage now or the last but one. And yet, you know, attitude change and then we play. But that it doesn't mean Kotoko has a team, but it's a Omuya Tremor.
Kotoko has a team, you heard the quality of team. No more a boy.
Kakakra. Me no, they are young boys, and I like working with young boys. And look at the way they were going. It's not bad. But only said, definitely you can't have everything right. it is the mentality. They have to change the mentality because Kotoko is not like Dreams FC. The supporters but with time they will make it.
Performance in the
oh, why not? 3 in a row they're saying we'll use that to propel ourselves to the coming match.
Head coach and my Dreams FC in Samoa did to us a quarter conform supporters Romunya Abotreye and from my team Abdulaziz Isa one a Twatanano Edema a year Bobo Feni Dreams FC after the game no way and in someone did some Bakumase for victory no.
But I'm not saying it me for you know yaba and the name easy but motivation is you lose 2 matches women are winning the way they lose. Nine count 9 3 because you lose can one carry be perform kula or league table. Nyame say it's me afa win e wa say me dey inspire me but aduma mafa to so ntimi ko pack so na makoya da meeting ayi ntimi dem mafa inspire say first of all me Nyame say bet me afa win wa yaba
Abdul Aziz Isa osina kan de my Dreams FC no. After the game, no, what they to do, Cassin and answer for Domo said, "Be Bessianco, a Brenneco, Bessianco." And they came at us and they came. Yen share a story more na fe and twasso.
Me and Madame for Coach Karim Zito, or say, Kodoku team near young or Munyabotre. Abutene de Mickey supporters in young was with the Biamica. A better now about 3 matches. Come. Kodaga how many games in the Ghana Premier League? You are talking about 8-9 games, right? Out of 27 points, Kotoko got 10. Mickey, out of 27, Kotoko ever 10 points. Mickey, over there, catch your supporters. How do you convince supporters? So, the fact of the matter is that since our results ni enkoyi Mickey, Kotoko league matches na se no ye bekan wa ha say figures and penning for the bar out say 6,000 4,000 5,000 a derby. It is more than that. But I know you baba sports stadium come na hold out microphone and clearly so what steady Kotoko games the fixtures na Kotoko games na are facing in such a way that only 12 games in the EPL in Shia this season. And to the moment as anyone be happen, you expect the supporter to troop stadium. But the results have been moving from bad to worse. If Dreams FC can parade Jalilu, who has played Dreams FC for 5 years, John Entry, who has seen it all in Africa, Ejenim Boati, Omumakatino, and that Aziz boy in the second season of Dreams FC. No more mad this quality performance. What do you expect from Kotoko players? What do you expect from Kotoko coach? They need to deliver. And I'm saying that the fact that you are building does not mean you should produce this kind of drab, insipid, and then dismal performance now. Supporters never said you know. And to the coach, the players must back up. Mickey, players no more. I agree. Determination is different from capabilities. So determine said Diana wasa. So determine said Diana wuntiminye. But the reality is that the whole setup must back up. Performance on Oheneba Crawford Stadium, it is nothing to write home about. And we dream to control from defense, midfield, and attack. And they were playing as if they were playing at the theater of dreams. There was no pressure. They were calm, cool, and collected. Now, Abdul Aziz is and look at that boy. John Antwi, taking control in midfield. Jalulu was spot on at the back. Etimiki, team they be abotra na ema team ninko yeno. Pick the right players. Pick the right players that will be ready for games. Shekotoko lineup. Mickey. There were areas and no be any Kotoko week. Certain players were signed. Where are those players? Sekotoko no mun in some in the classmen someone or get in Japan when everybody are then what was the S and nina a part of discipline no. Kwame na after training you need to sleep. After training you need to sleep. But that is not Ghanaian player. TikTok onye, Facebook onye, Twitter onye, other social network te pie hold on. How do you progress? So who say Benicio Junior and Rodrigo goes a couple to be Instagram and you know the post to omu won crofo omu ye say adwuma de ma omu. Enti please o career path na what you so anya kotoko na oba bebo no it is a perfect fit and unya kotoko kwa ebi okra ball no nduru ba bia. But the hype comes all over. Ubonse national team collapse no wonyam go. Hwe no rudin ba kotoko ya the first 2 games or you don't have to be as a best defender in the Ghana Premier League. Into the boys must back up, but I'm saying that Coach Prosperity Ogum, adie ba akon coach mekane say ene ukra Ghana coach bia flag. Ghana coach bia flag e ukra ne say ompanimfo na kam obia te say players na e okotoko no wo na ade omu nyina baaye. Obi ka so the player bi o ya ade kra ba be kan wo se ompe good. Enti se ne want me and first our players no anya adwuma ma supporters na ni anye anya adwuma ma kotoko fans ni obi odi football echi ani anye a going forward the coaches have no business to question the football administrators as to why they sign players for them, because second time anana na yamponsa pese o manipulate kakra no a lot of people like us me ka ho. Because we said no, they should allow the coach to do his job. I said it.
Why do you not say so?
Say allow the coach to do your job. But come the coach Prosperity ye there. Say they say ya kwa we there.
What do you say so?
No, Mickey, me one in 2 fools. Big team in Ghana. Say namete. How many of Ghanaian coaches now coaching Kotoko has for 2 years? How many of them? It is 1 year or 2 that you leave the stage. Kwame, where there you leave the stage. It is a work of our personal and interested players. Then you play that befit the standard of the club. Because Ghana has to folk. Kwame, apart from Hebertado, apart from Cecil Jones, I took a few. How many of these coaches now coaching had to work for 3 years? Kotoko team no, even Bash Okunadu lasted for how many years? And Smedindo, Brav Dundig, Yam Potterfield, they lasted for how many years? Godimbo Abdurazak Komo lasted for how many years? George Coach Afranemo lasted for how many years? Karim Zitomo lasted for how many years? You leave the scene. At the end of it all, the team will suffer. But teams like Ali, Sundowns, Kaiser Chiefs, Wak of Morocco, Simba, they set up the standard. Players don't talk quality materials now. Into Uba Untim Casso on Pepe Sitao. Uba Untim Casso on Pali Malu. Uba Untim Casso on Pali Die. Untim Casso on Pe Shanawi. These are the apex of African football. So how dare you tell those people, say, pay these players? And for me, that should be the standard. Go in for quality material that befit the standard of Kotoko. Kwame Emrofuna omo ba ebe coach Kotoko. Razun de ba auto so ka on pa India. What is over Castle Pesha Lasa? What's over Castle Pe Michael say? What's over Castle on Pe Franco say? What's over Castle Pe Adian Sana Gofedebois? Because those players were the players that fit the standard of the club. There could be 1 or 2, but I'm saying that Jordan Moboko for how many years? Harrison Mobo for how many years? Incomobo for how many years? Almost sure more quality, no one chance to have. So when you are signing players, sign players that befit the standard. Sign players that support a bastard you know who say ball here or move boy. Come over to me now 1 off. Bad day bet me aba and your football there and yet the beer now bet me say. But respectfully, Kotoko supporters have seen quality with no disrespect to anybody. They have seen quality into Omo Papa Kudom who plays Omo. But come is anyway the Omoka. So tie da kusi. Oh sit there be. The supporters so Omo who players no. These are young guys you expect to give them
fans be who team ni there. Na ame.
Yes. The Omo share in the stadium no anya Kotoko.
Ame.
Team no Omo in the stadium no e just ni din no anya Kotoko. Anya Kotoko ni. Na players no so Omo na. Omo so Omo na. Omo ni e be press for social media hwa. O carry anu na oru no me obeko be bara nam da to ba. Obeko after 10 years you come back. na da asame sikofo ba am hwe ba bi ote na mhwe Sergio na mesre o say kofo akoba back Sergio is still behind the microphone nti se wa anyere ho na do live kotena social media na o career na nduru ba bia o beba no ne yete he ya o se men so mete online to so to online beba ne yete he ya ne ye adwuma na so te fie na o career na pem. So players, they should be focused. They should be disciplined. They should know the task ahead. Na kwa me enkoye. Bona omo bondi dem yen nukra ni me enkoye. Enkoye. Stop giving them time, giving the time. The players must deliver. The coach must deliver time. Kwa me time baby no mbenya. After how many matches? Obeka see start season you know. Supporters na beka say oh, omo be here first 6 matches. For because normally I pre-season. Yeah, boy, how many matches? Still I pre-season now. Kotoko a crucial game against Samatesi. Don't call for time. There is no time. Don't call for time. There is no time. The players must deliver. If you are rebuilding, you must rebuild with good results. You must rebuild with progressing. You must rebuild with promise. But team here on my man for the whole stadium in the MK. There's no promise, there's no quality, you don't see anything. The only thing is that the JC is red. But any go stars for say, Namiki, Ghana, your referees, your magicians, your football administrators, your magicians, your players, your magicians, your supporters, and so your magicians. Almost there. Main coach in the internet fee. Now, assistant coach in the mum.
From Quadiana.
Team Benny BC, we say, Europe. Timber. Say Manchester for Manchester United. Me I catch the Haggis on 23. Name
resource number
Steve McLaren. Emba man you cover match. Carlo Ancelotti nya resource. Into one be na David Ancelotti mfa team name go. It implies the assistant coach is sabotaging the main coach.
How? Sabotaging is
I'm not saying that is true. But at the end of the supporters who say main coach near the chance time. I stand coach at the main coach. At the end of the supporters who say Miki. Say me no ye juma. Ye mi no akwaje juma ye. Wo na wo ye pen mi nam di wachi. Na nkofo na ye o madjuma nsa afedi o kwana me ntu adjuma nso o mo ye de hu se bia de che. There. I agree the results of Baby Any Go Stars is not encouraging at all. Because all your last 4 games, Guame and Guyi, Omobo Lions, Omobo Kerala, Omobo Accra Lions and Bofa Quatano. Nina a draw. Omo last 5 matches, instead of 15 points, a 5. And this is a team, a team pool of quality. They were 5th last season. No, I'm the Roland Frempong Becca. No, I'm the Eric Boson Trebecca. Kwame. Still, I Nkoyi. They have Sadat on the bench. Another solid midfielder. Nkoyi. Me Makan as a coach, Michael say if you back up. He's my friend. But the American is a coach. Teams now mo coach now mo tia players ne kano. A blessing. E mamu coaches no. A blessing e mamu. Say go start team ne kotoko pre-player hono ma fa. Go start team ne has pre-player hono ma fa no. Go start compare player 5,000 cities in 31 days. A blessing. And it's a you coach. They also say to work to get the best out of the players available. It is the result that matters. Say go start and so bad because to level almost here demanding because they be a park aboma. And they don't expect to come to the park and watch these kind of drop performance. No. And from 9th and 5th, they want to be first. They want to be second. So you cannot give them 5 points out of 15. No. It is unacceptable. It is not good enough. Etimiki, Peja Modi Bonim, Ninkoye. Last season, Modi Bona Abo, and this time, Ghost Star supporters know the difference between home games and away games. Show them the difference. Let them know the disparity between the two. So the be almost be nyaho to so ne that so say so mu je team ne ma won e ma betimi akoyi. But come in a more professional grounds. Nka supporters ne ka say or coach, main coach, then an assistant and met to us. I expect the assistant coach to come out with a statement. Say the main coach will in a more professional scheme. Kwame, so when you say now a betrayal of office. You better than you who said what you need to do the money at the check receipt. I didn't hear. Mickey, I didn't be me. Sir George Watting, and a year coach Didi Dramani, a year better than Chris Hilton, who was coach in the Premier League. Michael Asa coach Kotoko.
Premier League now, Premier League, coach results and yes, coach your Premier League. Over 3 Premier League results and over 60 matches on that.
I'm only citing it as an example, but the fact of the matter is that baby a Chris Hilton between the CVBA, she was coaching in the Premier League.
Of course.
So far, Coach Michael Osea, or coach Stade Madrid, or coach Kotoko, or coaching national under 23 assistant coach twice. Experience, quality, pressure, and I'm saying that Oko Gold Star, they've seen progression from 9th to 5th. What do you need again? But clearly, the recent performance of the club is not going well. And I'm saying that if I were to be the assistant coach, to bring that telepathy, to create that bond, for the main coach to know, say, I'm not behind anything, I will come out with a statement because, but in all, Coach Mike, I'll say, and then the guys no should back up because results never and yet. Come Koopman say was solve a striking problem. Also was solve. Na was solve Ghana the anaka hwana.
Debbie, what's Hamza? Hamza. No, was solving the complete na. What's Hamza ya de?
No, Kwame. We say let's expand the issue. So she has to focus. In the last 3 seasons, a 3-year one was their top scorer. One share Nuru 10 goals, if I recall, he scored 8. Obin Junior share 11. Now, about 4 last season, Kaleba Mankwa, Benjamin Yoko. And Hamza is actually 4. Mickey, he has scored 4 goals out of 4 games. This is his first time in the Ghana Premier League. Until Yamondru half a season were equally the top scorer of House of Folk in the previous year. There's an improvement. There is an improvement. And you give it to the coach. No, Beard say Kashala Nanka, and that's what the whole. Unfortunately, out of the game that he's played, he failed woefully. But Hamza Issa scored against Babiani Gold Stars, Okosha against Karela, a brace against Mediama Sporting Club. Until at least there's an identified number 9. Has bet him do Omania to say. If Kakari is not scoring, if Di Maria is not scoring, if Eric Esso is not scoring, Kwame, if Kashala is not scoring, they have Hamza Issa. The first time in the Ghana Premier League, and about 4 matches as a 4 goals. And for me, I think the boy had done a human job. The bet me I can't see a bebona betini a catcher and say, Ma or money trimunian there. Or when you be brave one anymore betting me aye. To go into the history books, to write his name in italics within the history of House of Folk. And only one who bodies will be goes in the account because he's a good player. And yes, I'll be the toast of the fans. The fans expect a lot from him, and the media and the whole House of Folk fraternity also expect a lot from him. Has about 2 games, Akwame. Omanya 4 points out of the CC. Separation be any baby. Kopman asa ye man nko onyade wa bon or yakokra the team you what to be gabio. Resource. Yes, sir, a resource.
Let's go for omyade.
Miss what's it?
Resource in manchi. Anu pakonya de. But
resource bagaya. No Mickey, na say Ancelotti ne Pep Guardiola am dey tin your bomb fans. Resource. When the results are not coming, you are not good. And Kwame, you are talking about supporters who have seen Cecil Jones to confuse. They've seen Herbert Ado. They've seen the apex of the local game. They've seen quality. They've seen results. Kwame, on my lefty African trophy, until you want from mediocre performance, we are a 4 minutes so. Show them respect. And when the results are not coming, what do you expect? to clap for you, I'm sorry, they won't. And to get them the results, they will embrace you, they will hype you, and come they will post you. And only day also, how to folk supporters, no one can they will talk about Hamza Isa. And then, on come at it in your club, they will talk about Koopman. And the Koopman announced why I could crowd. What is so big a bill? There be 10 the results. Or 10 results now. It will be hype and come. It will be superlatives and will be used to describe you. Coach Frimpong Manson say, but for our supporters, so guy results now. There be a habit to be any homiki. More unko sunya ko receive back that. I would tell you, almost the other, almost you have almost rebellion. You see that there are traditional clubs. Every traditional club is demanded. And I come, but for a phone will be ya. I feel no so more. Second round of the season, Kotokone has a folk on the big teams and Ombe ready by no. Because the true one, so many league no more failure almost supporters. And when the going gets tough, it is not Bofakwa. Because one, politically, those big clubs are stronger. In terms of supporting base, they have it. In terms of finances, externally and internally to motivate the players or more. In terms of operation, they have the men for those operations. And people for course, will be a first round year. And coming any city or town, our more two respective class back or left, back or right. Now back league, Mickey, you don't expect anything. What you expect in this background or more the results. Because you can't venue at this time. Ababeka Samates, Ababeka Go Stars, Ababeka Bechimu. And then Crawford Park, how can Sunyari Coronation Park? You want them to come and accept that kind of performance? No. Coach Frimpong, I had a win situation. Especially at home. A win and nothing else.
Sanable football.
They become any sunny bono. Omone Kotokone boy, Anna. Omone has the boy. There be Omone has the boy. Omone Adriana the boy. Damn it, the beating house of folk. They are yet to lose at home. Omama Grants the fortress. They need results to stay in the Ghana Premier League. And I'm not saying the supporters must not accept the win, lose, or draw. That is not the point. But the point is that Bofakwa is a demanding club. The Bofakwa na ebe club omutimi always on measure kotokwano. Now what about coach team now? Oh, expected there. Mambisa, Munyini bisa. Results of baby amumfa. I'm sorry, they won't accept that. So when you sunyai for na, homo de kwame a win-win situation. So draw about mama embracing this. But it's a win-win situation, and I think, coach, accept the challenge. You are doing a good job. Yeah. Accept the challenge and make sure say you grant them those victory because supporters need there. And no one more pay.
Ma support the team no.
Miki.
Ma support the team no.
Oh, that's what they be support the team no. Minim some benya pictures from Sunyani Biama.
Because during game, kana results in ma. No kasa mo bobo pa. And so now still supporters in kasa.
Miki, let's not disrespect supporters. In 2% supporters na yom kopa ko nko nko hu ball efa omunimana. Now born omu bon efa nka supporters needed enyi. Supporters no ball left no mu say Kotoko ball against Accra Lions. Nye no mo na omo ball one of the games. Omo fakali watare di antwa ni mu sisi ya. Omo nka say Nurudin the whole Ghana across trade finance you know ni nimbo. After those games omo kan bio. Show respect to the supporters. Omunim adepa. Omunim quality. They've seen the best of materials and it's all bone koyombeka. Anko yombeka it happens all over. NSC for now the Oma Baba arrested. Mickey. NSC ye bebo match na omedwuma ba na asa omo yedwuma dada.
Omo yedwuma dada.
Eya omo yede.
So many maintaining Ashanti region for no.
Enye Kumase nko a omo ehwe NSC ba bia.
Maintaining stadium ni nyina hwese pitch ni okay, washrooms bibia yen.
Okay. Wetin is a moti a monya na momfata malidia ne ntoso mame. Na ye hwese ye adwuma wo ha. Si ye maintain bibi wo ha. Mickey, ye maintain hwe. I'm saying that these are ceremonial leaders. They are only occupying positions. The kind of work I will expect is on Benomun yet. but Blasters bad there. Ubehunu obi esi frem na Blasters nkwa na ebo match. Kwame. Kotokone has ne Retamal United ne Karela mu na omo bon omo de omo mfata se park ne mo ana. What is the government contribution to sports in Ghana? Omo dey na say onkrofo omo maintain o.
Ebi awia na ebo nsu nto.
Na there be o. Se obe maintain park I can say nsu nto. Mickey. Me adwuma. Me be born echi wa ha. Me ponsi fema na o Professor Dale frame. Na me ne kasa and the nya botreba me na be I think almost 3-4 years now. Nothing has changed. And in Ghana he's the only expert. Dadana. Me say oh to it in my year so. We are one of venue are spending millions of dollars in the AC stadium. There's no maintenance culture. And the conclusion is Mr. Frank Boahen. We can only hope for the best and nothing else. We can only hope for the best and nothing else because Mickey, he will scale be free. But at the end I say sikaye no. Na yes amanese, which is not good for your pitches no. This local guy deserve better. Come kwame ye park no enkoyi. Coach Cassie Mengel. I say officiating. Oko brekumba obeka asa akire. We oko hin sunyane osan beka bi akire. Good. Officiating ne de. England ne Ghanaian referees no ho na asa pa miki. Sisi ye ko challenge you.
Oh mistakes na o me.
Ghanaian referees no. Eti referee na oko ban nsem ko kire mu se na referee no defender na ban nsem. You got that mistake miki. This is a mistake. Line one Nessie Park and so Baba catch and said the ball was clear, the ball was a penalty. Now no mumu kwako burning sema kwako chest. No, he made the body bigger. You call this mistake? Make it when you mistake. Me see omochada. There be some kind of omochada. The earlier they show that level of quality, any the omosia ebeju omodin the better because come referees say a game no, and there are supporters because of the performance of referees. Omo ha omo ko pa kra.
Well, yemfa yentimi nto adwumedie ne so biom yidi besia echina yebesa so do mehia o kick off so ne de agudi